everyone, welcome to the first episode in the new series, Editor's Weekly Highlights. And on this series, I'll be introducing the highlights of our discussion every week on ADAT. So to start off, we're going to be discussing this month the topic, what is authentic African art? Now some of you might be defining African art in relation to the continent geographically. So any artist from the continent, you might classify as an African artist. Others might define African art in relation to culture. So anything relating to the culture that is from the continent might be defined as African art. And there's also the diaspora. So anybody that might be a descendant or from with its heritage in relation to the continent might define their work as African art. And so there are different aspects to consider when discussing the themes and the identification classification of African art. And we're going to be discussing that throughout the month on the ADAT platform. Some weekly highlights to consider. First is a piece that I wrote to just introduce the topic and give you an outline of some of the things that we'll be discussing, the questions that are being raised through the platform this month. And so that's on the website titled What is Authentic African Art? An Introduction to the January's theme. The next post to also consider is a post by Martina Dahl, which introduces a 4-part series on 14 contemporary artists who are challenging the definition of African art. She's going to be highlighting some works that you should consider in terms of what we define as African art and some new ways of perceiving that. Another piece to consider is a piece by Vanessa Peterson, giving recognition to Rencontres Bamako, which is Bamako Encounters, and acknowledging the work that it has done as a pioneer and influencer in the African arts. Now we're going to be having live chats every 2 weeks. So the next one we're going to have, or the first one this year, is going to be on the 12th of January, and it's going to be featuring the writers on the ADAT team, all discussing what they found through their research and through the articles that they've written for the website. And then the second one will be on January 26th. That one will be moderated by Martina, and I'll be moderating the first one. So be sure to check it out. It's about 30 minutes, and it's just a good way for you to ask any questions, engage in the dialogue, and engage in the conversation. Now, speaking of asking questions, we've introduced a new series called the Ask ADAT series. So what you can do is send us a question with the hashtag AskADAT, and you can either tweet it on Twitter, or you can send it through Tumblr on our Ask box, or even on Facebook on our Facebook page. And once you ask a question, we'll select some questions to answer with a signature photo and share that online. So definitely make sure to send out your questions, and we'll be excited and eager to receive them. So that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in onto the first episode, and I will see you next week on Monday. Alright, bye!